Hey adventurers, welcome to another episode of In Skyrim.
You're here! Thank the Nine!
I could almost feel my legs move faster as I drew closer to the tower. It's damn good to be back.
I'm sure it has been for most of us. I was glad to see that the Thalmor no longer held sway in these lands. Well done, Pillar. I hear you almost took the town single-handedly.
Here, here.
Almost. Can't sit on the bench.
Good evening, pilgrims. Do you have everything you need?
We're fine, thank you.
Oh, alright. Are you sure? We have many fine wines in stock.
Yes, we are perfectly good with what's offered on the table. Thank you.
Certainly, my good sir. I will be nearby in case you require my services further. Alright, let's get to the matter at hand. We should not just charge that staff up without first having some semblance of an idea of what it does.
I agree. The bats have taken the Landrill and managed to keep the library intact while doing so. I suspect the Lord Priests have already laid hands upon the most important texts, especially if they were aware of the staff's origin. But one of us should go to Lilandril nonetheless. Perhaps there is something that they have overlooked.
I can do it. This journey has made my spirit young again, and my body wishes to follow. Besides, that library holds so many forgotten volumes that just being in their presence would be a treat. I shall make haste at first light.
While you're doing what you do best, I'm going to see what I can find out about the war efforts here on Somerset. From what I hear, the leader of this rebellion is Arbalin. Since Julienne was here when you first made contact, I have sent for her as well. She should arrive sometime in the next few days. Until then, you should do what you can to continue aiding the bats in their struggle. I am, of course, ready to follow you, if you need my help.
And since the Crystal Tower is under no immediate threat, I will remain here and commune with the scrying pool. Perhaps, given time, I can draw enough energy from it that we can actually test the staff. I shall also inquire about the meeting hall next door. Perhaps they will let us use it while we're here.
It's probably best that the staff remains here at the tower. The bats control the north, and it's unlikely the Thalmor will make an attempt here.
Don't worry, I will make sure it remains safe until you all return. Right now, our best shot is assisting the rebels with their plans.
I think I should start getting my arrangements ready so that I can travel as soon as possible. Let's meet back here in a few days' time and discuss what we found.
May all the magic of the Sigics follow you.
Wait for the others to complete their tasks. Okay. Okay. So set off to see what the rebels are up to. That's it. Okay. Wait a minute.
to inform you that Rustin has called a meeting. He wishes to see you tonight at nightfall. You will find him in a tent by the western part of the rose fields.
Okay, kid. These black face bugs. Oh, we're gonna wait till nightfall. 7 PM. Here they are.
You are here. Good. We should all give words in this matter.
I'm still not sure why we are wasting our time here. The Thalmor forces have left Dusk. Our scouts have confirmed it. And frankly, all you have to go on is a hunch that tells you what? That the Thalmor aren't cowards, and therefore this is a trap.
It's more than a hunch. How can we be certain that the Thalmor armies are not just lying in wait? They could let us think we've taken Dusk. Then once we're in, they surround us and kill us in our sleep. There's no way to get out of that town. In Sunhold, we know who the fuck the power is. The families have always weathered the storms of Somerset for this precise reason. They shift their loyalty when the winds change. Right now, that's good for us.
And what happens when they change their mind again? Or worse yet, this is a trick to get us nice and comfortable that close to Alinor. The Thalmor are afraid. They've seen the alliances we've made. They knew that they could never hold Dusk for long. I say we march in there and take the city before they have a chance to catch their breath.
No one has actually counted the soldiers leaving. It could be but a small squadron, a diversion while the battalion hides in the mountains. Not to mention all the mercenaries within those walls. Who knows where their allegiances lie? They could have been bought to protect the city. We should make for Sunhold. There are people there sympathetic to our cause. If I'm right, then the Thalmor...
If you're right, which I'm not sure you are. I am trying to lead this army to victory, and sometimes that means taking chances, damn it!
You heard my advice on Chimarine and trusted in the people. Now please, hear it again. There are many who would support you, if only you would give them a chance. You need the common folk to rally behind you. You need to teach them something other than war. The Thalmor never knew any other way than that of the blade, and it is up to us to be better than them, not fall into the same patterns.
The Thalmor? You would compare me to those elitists? Have I imprisoned innocent mothers for trying to feed their starving children? Have I executed men because they carried a different creed, or followed another god? No, I have not, so don't compare me to my brother. The Thalmor will always be worse than what we would be capable of.
If we start measuring our goodness by the Thalmor standards, then it won't be long before this rebellion is done.
This place seems so
But
depressing.
this is why I have asked the Sijic to join, so you know that it is not just my word. What does the council think? Should we allow the people to help us, or should we trust in the strength of our armies? The armies are sure to conquer, yes, but perhaps there is another way, if yet risky.
The harbinger of the companions, huh?
We need the common folk support.
Slightly thing.
Trust in the people is the way to go.
Do you see, Arbalin? It is not just the mind of this old fool. The council itself agrees with my point.
The council has been hidden away from this war for too long. The Thalmor power has grown even beyond the Dominion. Not all of us can rely on magic to fix everything.
We can argue the ethics of war all day, but I still think we should avoid death whenever it is possible. These are our countrymen we're fighting. But we are not here to discuss things we cannot change. Just know that I disagree with your approach on this.
If we are to win this war, we cannot spend time arguing amongst ourselves. The soldiers need to know who to follow, and the people need a leader. I did not ask to be thrust into this position. You all silently gave me this responsibility, and now you need to trust in me. Trust that I can lead you through this, Black, just as you trusted me back then.
We trust you, Arbalin. I just wish you would trust us the same way.
I do, but these are complicated matters, and there is too much at stake. Stand behind me, friend. Let us finish off these elitists together. March your men through the Gilded Tunnel, and let's take Dusk. It stands empty, and we are well supplied from Shimmerine. My men are ready to make their move. We have the upper hand in this battle. Trust me.
I still think that Sunhold is the better alternative. Dusk is filled with fighters, and I might have a way to take Sunhold without bloodshed. But before we make our decision, we should at least hear what the council has to say.
Sunhold, the families are our best bet.
I'm glad you would listen to us, Arbalin. We are strongest when we are together.
Fine. While you make plans for Sunhold, I will make sure that the city of Shimmerine is safe. Since this was your idea, Rustin, I will leave the task of planning to you. Send word for me when the deed is done.
Dark elves, eh?
So many lowlives here.
It was good that we had this talk.
Turn to the pillars.
Need something?
So what's your plan for Sunhold?
It's no secret that the Sunhold Lord's power is purely symbolic. For as long as anyone can remember, authority has been with the three families. They're all greedy as anyone could be, and they have their hand in most every piece of trade in Somerset, not to mention crime.
Might as well just stick your whole face
Either
in a
way,
campfire
they have
while you're
always
at it.
been loyal to themselves foremost. I believe that we will be able to convince them to join our cause. Since Shimmerine, there can be no doubt that the rebels have the upper hand, and the families are sure to see that.
You want me to convince them to side with the bats?
Right you are. They're a prideful bunch though, so you might have to bring some kind of sweetener to the negotiation table. I've arranged a meeting for you whenever you're ready. Try not to anger them.
Tell me about Ill.
They're one of the oldest families of Sunhold. They've been living in Sunhold since the city was first founded. They even have ties to the Thalmor. 100 years ago, the family was one of the strongest in the country. Their influence stretched all over. But when Rille died, his son took over. His son Prille married a witch from the Magus Guild, and the family was splintered when the Thalmor rose to power. They tried to appease the Thalmor, but instead angered them, and eventually Prille and his wife had to flee Somerset. No one knows where they went. They left behind their eldest daughter to care for the estate until the father could return. He did many years later, but without his wife and son. Prilla died not long ago, leaving the daughter Junilla to take over the family business. I'm not sure what happened to the brother.
Tell me about Baron.
The family has always been a key player in political matters of Somerset. They've been involved in everything from the weapons trade to wine. More recently, their efforts have been focused on the latter. Their current head of the family,
So many
Baron
low
II,
lives here.
probably knew weapons was a dangerous game. I think this might be to our advantage, and he certainly has a love for wine. Not afraid to taste his own product, that man is. He's married, but no children yet. Perhaps his love of the drink has softened his spirits, or he has too much love for his business and coin. Either way, you should be able to convince him easy. I can't be sure, but I think he might have been the one who sent me the message starting this.
Loic?
They're the youngest family to join the trio, but make no mistake, they have been in power for generations, and recently they've shown ambition. When the patriarchs of the Illas died, Loic immediately took steps to seize more power in the court of Sunhold. Junilla, who now leads the Illa family, has proven a worthy political opponent, but since she has no real family members, she's being pushed out. This has left a vacuum that Loic is all too eager to fill. He's clearly got his eyes set on being at the head of the table in Sunhold. Be careful when making deals with him, but remember, we must have his support, or all this is for nothing.
Okay.
Until next time.
It's so good to see you again. My parents were both fine back on the island of Oregon. And I gather you have been quite productive in my absence. I haven't seen a single Thalmo soldier north of the Karndar Desert. The others are waiting for us inside. Let's go meet them.
Lead the way.
Follow me, Pillar.
Great, you're here. Let's head upstairs where we can talk in private. So I've learned that the staff can indeed be charged in the scrying pool at the top of the tower. However, we need a special soul gem as a conduit for the power before we can charge the staff.
I'm assuming any normal soul gem won't do. These magics are far too powerful for that. But I'm sure we can find some solution.
Cloudress has a soul gem mine where we might be able to find what we need. Meanwhile, what did you learn in Lilandril, Ingvald?
The staff can be used to alter the world around the caster. I'm still unclear in what way. Either way, it seems it's been hidden away for a very good reason. Legends surrounding it are plenty, and filtering out the truth is hard.
As is customary with ancient artifacts. So once we have the gem, what are we to do with it?
Honestly, I'm not certain what will transpire once we wield it. That is why we need to test it.
I found many interesting volumes in the library, especially once they let me inside the forbidden section. The staff seems to even be able to hold sway over the dead. It has been used to bring someone back to life. I even found some old volumes on the Eye of Magnus. I haven't yet had time to read through it, but I will get to it when there's time.
Read up on that. If Glenadier was right, then the eye might still be out there. Meanwhile, let's focus on the staff. You should go to Cloudrest and speak to the King of Clouds. Hopefully, he'll be willing to let you inside the Soul Gem mine. The epic Soul Gem you're searching for is very rare, so you likely won't find too many. But we just need one. Then, once all is ready, we will test the staff out in the Kandar Desert, far from where it could do anyone harm. We'll be here, waiting for your return.
Okay.